Good. Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. Been having every coach kind of explain, put into words after such a long kind of waiting game and ups and downs. Just how good does it feel that you're preparing for a game on Wednesday evening?
Feels great. Yeah, it's been a long year in terms of the ups and downs for sure. And so we'll believe it when we see it on Wednesday. We're definitely excited and preparing for it, but we've probably learned just to hold everything loosely, go at it, 100%. But just with the way things go, I mean, we've had some major ups and downs, and so we'll be excited when Wednesday gets here.
Okay, we will go to Casey Campbell. Casey, your microphone is open.
Thanks, Jeremy. Hey, Chris, how are you, man?
Good, thanks.
So let's go into, talk about, I mean, what is it like to finally be back out there, going out to play just going out and just getting to play this year?
Yeah, I mean, I love to coach. Our staff loves to coach. Our players love football. And so we get, what's going on in the world. But sometimes we get it less than others, selfishly, we've wanted to play, obviously, want to do it in a way that can not only keep everybody, within our program safe and healthy, but realize that everything that we do impacts other people. But yeah, we love to coach and we love to play football. And so we're, big time excited about being out there. I mean, I remember when in July, I think it was at some point where we could get out on our own field. I remember when we could get into our weight room sometime in August. I mean, those were like, we won the Super Bowl days, First time that we were back in the building as a staff was, I think, sometime in June. The first time we were back in the building as a team, I may have been August, and then trying to get to a helmets and shoulder pads practice, doing the walkthroughs forever. And so, each of those days were just major highs. And then, obviously we've had some low days too, with cancellations and pauses and, all of that.
All right, next, we'll go to Justin Rose. Justin, your microphone is open.
Hey, Coach, last time we talked to you, I know you were excited, chomping at the bit to get back out on the field. Who are some of the guys maybe that have taken the extra time, maybe off the field, in the weight room, in the prep, that have gotten it and translated it to the field for you, that can be impact players for you guys?
Yeah, first part of your question, I was going to say all the guys who've been in quarantine have done a lot of extra mental work. I promise you that. I don't know if anybody is, I'm sure there have been some, in terms of being unscathed throughout this whole process. Guys had to be very creative and innovative, especially with our strength program. Not being able to get into our weight room. Our strength staff did a great job of setting stuff up outside, once we were able to get back. We literally had guys building gyms in their apartments and buying weights so that they could, train, in the off season. So, I mean, everybody's attacked the weight room since it's been open, really, really hard. And, just in preparation, I just think, I think we had 35 or so new players come on July 6th. And obviously in a real limited, role about how much we could be with them and what we could do. But I feel really good about how, about mentally, about how guys have tried to get better and attack, our offense and defense and special teams. And then, practice is practice. I've always felt really good about our culture in terms of our work ethic and our attitude and the attention to detail, the wanting to be there. We had one spring practice in helmets And so, that was a long time ago, but it's hard to know, exactly where we're at. It's just been such an irregular year in terms of the training. I feel really good about, our decisions and our plans about how to attack things. But we've certainly had some interruptions. And so, we're going to take advantage of every day this last week. That's for sure.
Okay, next, Joel Gadette. Joel, your microphone is open.
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, Joel?
Good. I'm just curious from your perspective, when you're the head coach of a program and there's so much riding on every single one of them, what being tested is like, and just going through the protocol. And like, obviously you're probably confident in the steps that you take, but just the anxiety of like the 10-minute period between swiping a test and getting a result, and what that's like knowing what's on the line.
Yeah, so I'm on Team Blaney. Coach Blaney and I are a pod or a pair or a cohort. There's 17 different names for it. And Team Blaney is undefeated. We are trying to go 1-0 every day that we test. My nervous energy comes out through sarcasm and trying to brighten the days of the nurses. But there's definitely some anxiety, because you just don't know. I think, especially early on, like when we got our first positives, and then those were false positives. It's just like Katie barred the door. It's just like a bomb went off, and now you've got those 24 hours, a little bit more relaxed, because we know that there's a really good chance that it won't actually be a positive. In some ways, I think it's a healthy scare for everybody, though. Unfortunately for me, it probably works best when I have to experience the sensation of, okay, you are absolutely going home for 2 weeks. How does that feel? It helps you not get comfortable or complacent. But there's a certain amount of anxiety. I think our guys and our staff are living right. Even with that, it's pretty tough to be perfect.
Next, Chris Fanini, your microphone is open.
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Good, Chris. Good to hear from you.
How are you feeling about Preston at quarterback and what he's doing there?
I love Preston. Always have. We quickly start getting into, the on the field X's and O's, but I've always started with the quarterbacks. They've got to be winners and they've got to be leaders. And he is absolutely both of those things. And so it starts with that, and then, got to be able to make great decisions and be smart. And then I always take, accuracy, over arm strength and whatnot. I think even guys with strong arms, you hope that they don't throw it as hard as they can every time. And, he's got a lot of confidence. Just the one game that he did have last year, he really, really produced and played well. The team believes in him. I believe in him. At the same time, he's played one game. And so, we've got a new group of receivers for the most part and all of that. So we're getting better every day.
And final question till we wrap up. Matt Shepard. Matt, your microphone is open. I think you're muted, though.
Coach, good to see you again. You're calling your own plays this year. How have you been able to readjust to that role as not just head coach, but OC?
That's a really good question. Getting better at that every day as well. Have a fantastic staff, and that's not just the coaching staff. I think a lot of people have had to step up in different ways as a result of that. We'll be doing it, as a group, as a team. It's not my style, with the staff to, tell everybody what to do. Got a lot of smart people. And I think, my piece in it is just making sure everybody understands philosophically, what we want to do and what we want to be able to do. And then, often guys on the staff have, better solutions knowing what we're trying to get than I do. And so we're doing it together as a group, but I've done it for a long time. It was probably more awkward for me, the past 6 years not doing it. And I just completely, turned it over, to Kalen in the beginning, and then to Aaron, got a little bit more involved in the last couple of years when I felt as though our culture was in a good place. But it's different. I've certainly made my fair share of mistakes. And, we've tried to get as much, practice at actually calling it in unscripted situations as we can. But I think our staff is getting good at overcoming me, if that makes sense.
Well, Coach, I want to kind of running over here a little bit, but no big deal there. I want to thank you for your time this morning, and best of luck next week against Kent State. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy.
Yep, take care.
Bye-bye.